Good morning, everyone. This is the Bunny Chick for another NRL prediction for round 14. Just before we start, I'd like to thank Nick from Australia for shouting me out in his last video. And if you want to check out some other NRL tipsters, there are a shout out to Entertain House and Mr. Luke Sports. They make good stuff, as I've seen. So let's get into round 14. First game starting at tonight, which is Thursday the 13th of June, starts 7:50 p.m. is the Canberra Raiders, which are green and white, versus the Sharks, which are blue and white. Canberra are playing at home. They're doing so well so far. Sharks haven't done too bad either, but in this case, I'm going the Sharks. No, I'm going Canberra, sorry. I'm going Canberra Raiders to beat the Sharks this week. Alright, the next game is at... we got two games on Friday. First one's at Friday the 14th of June at 6 p.m. we got the Titans, which are white, gold and blue, versus the Warriors, which are black and white, or their alternative, which are white, yellow, green, blue. Even though Titans did win against Broncos last week, but I'm with the Warriors, even though the Warriors are away against Titans, but they're the favourites this week. Next game's at 7:55 p.m, which is the North Queensland Cowboys, which are blue, white, and yellow, versus the Tigers, which are black, white, and orange. I think Tigers should bounce back this week after losing to the Canberra Raiders 28-0 last week. I know it's at 1-800 Smiles or Dairy Farmers or whatever you call it now in Townsville. I know it's there, but I think Tigers could win. Right, let's go into Saturday, 15th of June, start at 3 p.m. is the Melbourne Storm, purple, white, and yellow, versus the Knights, red, white, and blue. You might think I'm going to be bonkers on this one. This game is my upset of the round, which I dare to say I actually went Newcastle Knights to beat Melbourne Storm. I reckon it could happen. Look what the Knights have done to my team, the Roosters. Then they won last week. They've won like 3 on the trot. I think it's possible that they can beat the Storm. I really think they can. Next game's at 5:30, which is the South Sydney Rabbitohs, which are white, green, and red, versus Penrith with a black, white, green, yellow, blue. Even though I believe Penrith have won 3 on the trot. Yeah, Penrith did beat us Roosters last week, 90-10, but that's okay. I went Rabbitohs because I think they can come back after a loss from Newcastle Knights last week. Yeah. And then we got at 7:30 p.m. is Parramatta Eels, which are red, blue, and yellow, versus the Brisbane Broncos, which are maroon, yellow, and white. Even though Broncos did go down to Titans last week, but this week, because Parramatta are playing at Bank West, their home ground, I went for Parramatta. Yep. Okay. Then we go into Yeah, the last two games. The last two games this round, which is Sunday the 16th of June, is Manly, Maroon and White versus Dragons, red and blue, red and white. I went Manly. They're playing at Lottoland, but it's Raleigh Brookvale. So I went Manly to beat the Dragons. And finally, at 4:05 p.m, my Roosters, which are red, white and blue, versus the Bulldogs, which are blue and white. I went Roosters, but as if you watch Nick from Australia's video, he went for the upset of the round in Bulldogs beating us Roosters. I don't think it could happen, but it could possibly happen. We'll see. This is the Buddy Chick signing off for now. If you hear me coughing a little bit, just a little tickle in my throat, and I'll be back for another video next week. Goodbye.